comes to trading card games, they say don't buy the boosters, just buy individual cards. You save so much more money. You know?
I have an unopened box of Prophecy for MTG.
You've been trying to sell it a little bit.
Yeah, $800. Someone wants it. That's what it's worth. That's what I'm willing to trade it for.
Are we allowed to kind of like sell our stuff on here, shill for our own profit?
I guess.
On this
I don't know.
Podcast,
hey,
Jeremy, is that
I'll give you guys 5%.
Here's what I'll say. Those last like 5-6 words, all of it sounds illegal. I'll give you 5%. Are we allowed to shill? All of it sounds illegal. Hello and welcome to level 84 of the Thoughts and Players podcast, the gaming podcast with bold takes and no strings attached. I am Jeremy, here once again with my two compadres. Of course, I have David.
What up?
And I have Corey.
Yeehaw, Cowboys. How you guys doing?
Doing okay.
My son's been saying yeehaw a lot. It's been very, very adorable. Yeah, he's the cutest. He's the absolute cutest. Just turned 3, so happy birthday to my son.
There you go. Happy birthday.
Love him to death. Adorable. Love it. Yeah. Yeehaw.
Getting into the westerns, is that it, or just the phrase yeehaw? That's just
it is. It's from Halloween. Now, for some reason, this kid's been obsessed with Halloween for like not just the last month, for like 6 months. I don't know what happened, but He loves ghosts, monsters, witches, vampires, spiders, bats, and anything that's dressing up as Halloween. And cowboys happen to be one of the things that gets dressed up as for Halloween. And he heard it on one of his little songs, and he yeehaw.
There you go.
So we're very excited for the next couple of weeks here. Lots of events planned.
Yeah. Well, busy month. Mm-hmm. Halloween is edging closer. We are firmly in fall, which I mean, it's whatever, but that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, chickens, ducks, and hens, we welcome you into this level of the pod. We're talking video games here. Well, we were just talking about Halloween and fall, but we're going to be talking about video games here very soon. Want to shout out everyone that's been listening, everyone that contributed to the poll. We recently have our last episode was the Mount Rushmore of Nintendo Game Boy. Make sure you check that out. See if you're chilling, if you're vibing with your boys, or if we were completely off. Was there some, I don't know, like obtuse or abstract Japanese game we didn't mention that you're like, hey, how can you not mention Sohi Maha 75? And it's like, well, we don't know, right? It's just a thing we don't know. But we appreciate you tuning in. So yeah, let's jump into it. It's been a while since we talked about what we've been playing. So fellas, I want to know, who wants to start off? What have you been playing? What games are we diving into recently? Huh?
I'll go.
You're gonna go?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I've been playing more Apex than usual, which is,
nice.
Surprising. But there's a new event going on. It's called Tricks and Treats, I think. And you can find these little boxes around the map, and you can get other characters' abilities. So I think that's pretty cool. So now when you're in fights and you see like a Pathfinder, a Bloodhound, and an Octane, you don't know if they have a Wraith Portal or a Horizon Q or a Catalyst Ultimate. Like the fighting is now way more difficult to plan on what you're going to do because you don't know what they can throw at you. And I think that's kind of fun. It makes a little twist in the game.
A little wrinkle. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what I've been playing.
Nice. Hey, it's crushing Apex, huh?
Yeah.
Huh? Nice. I can go next. What I've been playing.
Sure.
Because it's been quite a doozy. I've been able to play some games.
Like to hear it.
Now, part of the reason I've been able to play some games is because I've stopped playing Starfield. Okay.
No.
The game is a time sink. The game was giving me literal headaches. So yeah, I have freed myself of it. I said I am not going to hold myself captive to having to beat this game or play this game because it's a Bethesda game. I'll come back to it some other time. So I have freed myself of that and have been able to enjoy a myriad of other games. One of those games being my partner and I, we are firmly 6 to 7 hours into Diablo 3. We've been playing that, trying to ramp up for Diablo 4, which we'll eventually get to co-op that. But we've been playing that, having a very good time with that. I get it. I get why people love that game so much. It's just so much fun, and the story is like so over the top, and it's beautiful. So I've been playing that. I have been playing. Let's see here. I'm trying to think of a little bit of The Sims, a little bit of it, trying to wrap some things up there. Get my guy's writing career going. He's firmly going in that. He's also. This guy is, if you're looking for someone who is quote unquote polyamorous, it's my sim guy. I can't get this guy I can't get him to keep it together. He can't keep it together. So a little bit of that.
Pants and everyone's invited.
There you go. Big party, very big party too. A fiesta, I think they call it. And so doing that, but the game I've probably been putting the most time into is Forza Motorsport 7. That's right, a brand new game. Another Xbox game, a superior Xbox game I've been playing. I'm probably almost done playing that game, and I'll tell you what, I love it. I love it because I'm almost done beating it, and I just can't wait to go back and play more.
Nice.
So that's the other one I've been playing. I will say though, unfortunately, it interrupted my return to Final Fantasy 16. But don't worry, your boy's going to get back there.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
I'm going to get back there.
I'm so excited to talk to you about it.
Look, once Forza's going to be done. Next time we do one of these, Forza's going to be kaput. Okay. It's going to be set to the side. Final Fantasy 16. I'm going to jump right back into it. So that's what I've been playing.
When does City Skylines come out?
October 22nd, I believe. So look, don't make a liar out of me.
No, you're making a liar.
Don't make a liar out of me.
He's gonna make a liar out of himself. Is what you're doing, man.
No, I'm not. Here's why, right? Forza is pure adrenaline, unstopped, right? City Skylines. Oh, okay. I gotta raise my tax base. I gotta wait. There's a lot of waiting happening there. So in between that, I'll be a dragon guy.
I look forward to it.
That's what I've been playing though.
All right, so David, I kind of took your advice from the Gaming Blues, where you said you should go back and play these games, right? Well, I played a much older previous game. I went back to Hot Wheels Unleashed. That felt like a good game to go into.
How?
Right, which it's super fun. And then like when I was turning on my console, my son was like, cars. So I mean, I can't deny him. I'm going to play the car game. So I went into there. They were actually having a sale on all the DLC for the game, which, I don't usually buy DLC for games, but it was like $10 for like 3 season passes, which was
you gotta cop it.
Kind of cool. Second season pass. I already had the first one, which was Batman, but the second one was Monster Trucks, which is kind of cool, which my son loves. Truck. That's all he would say. And then the third one was Looney Tunes themed, which that was really cool. So I was actually playing that game a little bit, and it felt great because it wasn't much thinking. It was just driving at a high speed. So that was awesome. But I do have updates on the 2 more thinky games, Baldur's Gate and Armored Core 6. Now, Baldur's Gate, I think the last thing that happened is I only played that a very tiny bit, but I still have a decent enough story for it. I was in the Owlbear Cave, convinced them to come with me. 2 of their people died. 1 went away. Spread my name as some sort of god. So I went to the Goblin Camp, because apparently the Goblin Camp's going to attack this other camp that I'd already been to. They seem like the good guys. Goblins aren't. But when I did go in there, they were treating me kind of like a god. Like I walked up and I was like, hey, what are you doing over there? They had this guy on this windmill, this little dwarf. I'm like, you got to get him down. They're like, all right, God, all right. So I was feeling pretty high and mighty, right? Feeling really high and mighty. I felt like I was controlling the little town. Let that dwarf go, I'm going to betray the goblins, obviously, but walking around, and then I come across a well, and it's like, oh, there's something shiny at the bottom. Isn't that how they all start? Something shiny at the bottom. Yeah. So I checked the shiny thing, and I go in there, and I'm going down the path, and for some reason I had my main character separated from the party. I didn't realize this at the time. So I'm walking down the well a little bit, got to the bottom, walked a couple feet, and like a herd of spiders attacked me, killed my guy instantly. So then I'm like, I gotta get my guy out of there. I don't know how to do this. So I had to take my rogue and go into the Goblin Camp, and I had to sneak in because I didn't know if the goblins would appreciate these 3 people. Like, I'm a god, but who knows about these? So I snuck with him to the well, healed my character. Like I said, probably only about an hour of playtime between those 2 events that I was talking about, but still felt really cool. Felt like the world, I don't know, reacted to me a little bit. So I liked it. Armored Core 6 now, I did beat the boss that I was struggling with, which felt extremely good, extremely good. I think I told you guys I looked at a build that someone had recommended online. Totally did not work. So I'm like, screw that. I'm going to pick and choose what I think I'm going to do. And it felt very satisfying. Like I picked and chose the two main weapons, the two shoulder weapons, and I tried to use as much strategy as I could, kind of mixing the plasma with the explosive rounds and stuff like that. And after a couple tries with it, I was able to take them out. Made a couple of adjustments, but that was a really cool feeling of kind of, okay, hey, this doesn't work. You know, I brought him into battle, didn't work. Okay, switch up one thing. Okay, this doesn't work. And okay, this one seems to work. And yeah, I took him out. So that was cool. Played a few more missions, got to another boss, struggled mightily. My brother was over. He tried a couple times, killed him in like the second try. So maybe the game's not hard. I'm just bad. Because I was at like this new boss, I was like getting him down to like, he only took away about 25% health before I died. Only tried him like 2 or 3 times. So I haven't built a strategy yet. But like I said, he took it, played 3 times himself, killed him. So I'm like, well, I'm going to replay the mission on my own to beat him. But, you know, kind of fun. Both games I didn't put a ton of hours into. I'm really waiting for that game, guys. The game that comes out on Friday. I'm pumped. Reviews dropped for it. Really good on Metacritic. My main one, IGN gave it an 8, which is a great score. But Spider-Man 2 is coming out. I'm so pumped. I can't wait to talk about it on the next podcast. And actually just swing around the town, go through all the stuff. And that kind of leads me into my topic, because one of the most exciting things about playing a Spider-Man game is swinging through the city. And they even added like a wingsuit for this one, you know, because sometimes Spider-Man has little web wings underneath. So excited. It's going to be so much fun. It made me think about traversal in video games. Traversal to me is super important. It's almost like right below combat for me in like terms of how much fun I'm going to have with the game. And Spider-Man's the GOAT. No one's upsetting Spider-Man, but I want to know, what do you guys think are the best traversal in games besides Spider-Man? We can't pick that. You can't pick the Spider-Man 2 with the great web swaying or anything like that. Best traversal in video games. You guys have any?
The first Spider-Man.
No Spider-Mans. No Spider-Man. Spider-Mans are out. They're gone. We already know they're goated. All right.
Oh, sorry. You said the second one. My bad.
No, the Spider-Man.
No. So I have 2 because I'm not sure about the first one if it's acceptable.
Oh boy.
But in Apex, I've been playing a lot of Pathfinder recently, and when you understand and learn how his grapple hook works, you can do some amazing maneuvering. And I'm getting the hang of it. It's starting to work out, and I'm upset I didn't practice and learn him earlier. 3,000 hours it took me to finally try Pathfinder.
God.
But my other one was more, open world and stuff, is Mario Odyssey. I like how you can do combos on his hat and just like kind of keep moving and going. You can reach better places, and I think that was good.
I like that. Choices. I like that a lot. I do want to call you out on one though, because when I made this topic, I'm like, well, David has to pick this game. He just has to, and you're going to agree to it once I say the name. Do you know which one you forgot, David? No. You've mentioned this game recently. Jeremy, do you know?
I think I know.
Oh, what is it, Jeremy?
It is Mirror's Edge.
Why aren't you mentioning Mirror's Edge? That's
because I completely forgot that game existed.
Exactly.
Yeah, there we go.
So go ahead, talk about Mirror's Edge a little bit, because it is amazing traversal.
I do love the wall running and stuff, and I did do one of the extra levels to get like get my name up, in the top 10 or whatever for fastest clearance and stuff. But yeah, no, you do have a point. Mirror's Edge does have fantastic movement.
Yeah, I just in my head I was like, David's gonna mention that, but I didn't put it in my list.
I am kind of upset that I forgot about that. It's just I haven't played that in so long.
Right. Jeremy, you got one?
For sure. I've got a couple.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe a few, but one I don't know if it meets the criteria or not. So the first one.
I mean, they all meet criteria. I don't think there is a wrong answer in this.
Okay. Cool. Well, the first one, it's another OG. How can we not mention it? It's Sonic. I mean, no person or no game makes you feel how it feels to go fast better than Sonic, man. Sonic goes fast. He's going, you feel it. It's a beautiful, wonderful thing just to see that screen and everything around you just whip like a blur as you're just speeding through the level. Like, that's great. Another game that I love the movement and traversal in, kind of like Mirror's Edge, is going to be Titanfall 2.
Yes.
Right? The whole like Call of Duty, you know, with Infinite Warfare and all that stuff, they copied a lot from Titanfall as far as the movement in that. That game's great, man, especially when you're playing like multiplayer and everyone's wall running and jumping off walls and shooting at each other. It's complete pandemonium, man. It's so fun. I love the movement in that game.
Yeah, I knew one of you were going to pick Titanfall 2 for sure.
A third one that I'll throw in there though. It's not that the movement necessarily is like amazing, but I'll mention a small little indie game called Space Engineers. It was kind of making me think about, like, Corey, what you were saying with Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Like with Space Engineers, you have to build everything, including the things you use of your ships to fly around. You have to build them block by block. So the satisfaction you get of being when you finally put engines in the right place and your ship can float. Okay, it can float. Oh, and now I add more things, and now it can go forward. Oh, and now it can go backwards. And then, like, everything's working correctly. There's no higher payoff because you are engineering. You are putting together block by block, like Legos, a ship and try to get it to work correctly. So that's another one where it's like once you start moving like that, it's super cool. You feel like this huge like sense of accomplishment. So.
Yeah, good picks. And like you mentioned, Tears of the Kingdom, I don't have that on my list right now, but that would definitely fit this criteria of just being able to build something. And yeah, maybe the movement itself isn't that fun, but being able to build the thing that moves you is the fun part. And that is definitely part of Traversal. So I had Mirror's Edge on my list, but it wasn't mine. I do have five other ones. Wow. I think you'll both be interested in the few. Jeremy, I thought you might put this one on, but Crackdown? No, does that not do it for you?
That doesn't do it for me.
Really? Because I had a lot of enjoyment of collecting, especially Crackdown 1. I don't know if the other ones did it as much, but collecting like little power-up orbs, right?
You're talking about you gain strength and you can like jump really high and like
and jump really far.
That is cool.
So like you have a progression throughout that game where your traversal gets a lot better.
Yeah.
And even something like driving, which is like a common traversal thing, like so many games do that, but you would also level up in driving.
Yeah.
And you would get more speed, better turning, more of an armored car. So that was a cool game for that. Now, one that I think you might be a little bit interested in, David. And this probably doesn't fit as well, especially for a lot of characters, but I had a lot of fun with Overwatch. Now,
I did think about that.
Okay, good. Yeah, and like it's for specific characters. Like Zenyatta would not fit. He does not have fun traversal. But I was a Junkrat, right? That's his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a Junkrat main. His traversal is a ton of fun because you are throwing down the bombs, right? Or the C4. Yeah, the landmines. And what you can do with that is when you detonate them, you get a real huge boost off of them. So you can really combo the mines into getting into spaces that you could never, ever reach. And it's a lot of fun with him. Farah, I had a lot of fun. Like I mained her for a very long time as well. And she's a lot of fun. She's got a jetpack, and jetpacks in games are always cool. But that game has a few characters that are really fun to like move around the world with. Like Genji, right? He's the ninja, the wall climber.
Wall climber, double jump.
Yeah, double jump. That's a lot of fun. So there's a few characters in there that I thought were fun to kind of move around with. A couple more that I have. I'll go in like an order here. Ori and the Blind Forest.
Yes.
Jeremy, have you played this?
Yes. I was just thinking, like, this still feels like something that puzzle platformers would take, and Ori is one of them. Yeah.
Just so much fun.
Yeah.
So much fun. And you get more abilities as the game goes on. You get kind of like a float. I think you get like a double jump. You get kind of like a slingshot thing that can propel you up. You can, if I remember right, like kind of like go through enemies, like a move that kind of like slashes through an enemy to even maybe get you more height and speed.
Yeah.
But like beautiful platforming in that game. Beautiful platforming.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of sections or a few sections where it is just platforming and you're kind of racing either like lava or water. And those were some of the most fun sections in the entire game.
Mm-hmm.
Which one do I want to put next? Okay, I'll go with this one next. Celeste. I don't think either of you two have played that. Maybe
a little bit.
Pure platformer, just amazing movement, so much control. You have wall climbing, wall jumping. You have a double jump. You have a speed boost. You have complete control over your character at all times, and any mistakes that you make are your own for sure. But it has a really quick retry system, and it's kind of made up into like these rooms that aren't so much puzzly, but you do have to figure out how to get to the other side, and they're always a blast. Always a blast. Love Celeste. And then this isn't cheating because it's not Spider-Man, but it was made by Insomniac. And this is Sunset Overdrive. To me, this had the best traversal in any game, bar none. You kind of skate on pretty much everything. On all edges of everything, you kind of skate on wires, and then like cars are used like trampolines. So pretty much in this game, the whole time you are moving. There's never a point where it's a third-person shooter. There's never a point where you're on the ground just firing your weapon at enemies. You are skating around, jumping, flying up in the air, and doing all these different things. I'm using my hands on a podcast that no one's going to see, but Traversal, so much fun. If no one's played it, you really should. It's such a hidden gem because it was on Xbox One.
Yeah.
Which,
underrated, man. Underrated.
It's 100% underrated. It's honestly like
it may be one of the 5 best games of the Xbox One's gen. Honestly, in hindsight,
I think 100%.
This isn't a Rushmore, guys.
100% for sure.
That's why I said 5. Top 5.
It's like really funny as well. Like it's a genuine like laugh out loud. Like, oh, this is a pretty hilarious game. So Insomniac, they don't miss very often at all. So those are my best traversal games. And I do love a good one. It just makes moving around the world so much fun.
Yeah. If I can add a candidate that
go ahead.
It's not the most fun traversal, but I talked about this in the review, and that's Inside. Where the movement and the way you're moving with your character is so expressive. Right. And a lot of games, I mean, movement is just movement. I understand that. It doesn't have to be expressive. But for that game, and the fact that it is a puzzle platformer, the platforming is like on point, but how expressive all the movements are that your character makes, it just adds to the whole feeling of the game. So I would say that's another one I would put in there because the movement felt it was very enjoyable, even though it wasn't like quote unquote fun to move in that game. You got it. It's a platform, you know.
Right. No, yeah. Good pick, man. Good pick.
Very nice topic.
Thank you.
Yeah. I can offer up my topic next.
Sure.
Okay. I don't even remember it.
Good, because I barely remembered it too, but I remember it now. So, one game that I've been looking at, and it's part of you guys know it. It's part of the pantheon of games I play, but I hadn't really mentioned it a lot. Recently, Creative Assembly and Sega released Total War Pharaoh. It's just the latest historical Total War game. This game, critically, I think got like an 8 on Metacritic or something. But it's probably one of the least well-received Total Wars to come out. The game has a lot of issues. And if you actually are like taking time to go back and look at the games, like a lot of people love the Total Warhammer, Total War games and different things like that. I'm thinking if you look specifically at the historical games, bit by bit, people are becoming less fulfilled. They're kind of becoming progressively less well reviewed and critiqued. And it has me wondering, is a franchise I love on the downward fall? Like, are we on the cusp of the fall, essentially? Right. Obviously, like a thing that brings back to mind for me is Assassin's Creed. I believe it would be 3. So the one before Unity, right? Where it's like, we're on the cusp and Unity was the fall, right? And it's had to bring itself back out from the darkness. But it was unfortunate because it's a franchise that I loved, and I'm helpless to keep it from falling. So it's feeling a little bit like Total War is creeping that direction, especially with their historical games. Like, I love these games. These are games that allow me to jump back in and play historical games, and they've been dipping and dipping, especially in the battle sense. So I'm curious, do you guys have any gaming franchises that you love? It's not that you're like, oh, this game sucks. Like, this franchise sucks now. You're like, I do still love this game, but I have seen from other people that play it and from critics that it is starting to take a consistent fall, and I'm getting a little bit worried about it. That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah, great topic. Assassin's Creed was going to be mine, so thanks for using that as an example.
Yeah,
but I have another one. That one I did quit. Madden. I loved.
That's a great one.
Every year release day, and I haven't bought the last 3. Mm-hmm. I haven't even played this one yet, and I don't know if I will. Like, I tried last year on Game Pass, the last year's version, and played it one game maybe. So completely done with that. But a active franchise that I still do play, which is I dog them all the time. Like, you guys know what it is. It's the Pokemon games.
Pokemon, yeah.
Like, I love them. I love them. Mm-hmm. But man, their inability to kind of evolutionize, which is like, that's what their games are about. It's like,
it's about evolving, yeah.
Right. To do that is just dumbfounded. I'm dumbfounded about it. Like I said, the battles are all very simplistic. There's never really a challenge in these games. There's never really a story. So what am I playing them for? I'm collecting these Pokemon, I'm raising them, I'm getting to see them evolve, which is cool. But man, I need something else in those games. And to me, it's been definitely a steady decline since X and Y. I think I just brought this up last episode. But yeah, X and Y was the last one where I truly did enjoy it. The main line, because Pokemon Legends I did like, but that was the last one I truly just enjoyed from start to finish. And then after that, Sun and Moon, didn't like. Sword and Shield, Scarlet Violet. And yeah, Scarlet Violet definitely feels like the one that it's done. It's done. Yeah. It was so badly, it performed so bad, it looks so ugly.
Yeah.
That it's just like, you really need to kind of win me back. Beforehand, I'm buying your games, and then you're losing me midway through the game. Now you've got to win me.
Right, yeah.
I am a prize to be won.
So much money to produce such bad-looking games.
Yeah.
Right? It's insane. Yeah.
Someone else wants to go. Maybe I can think of another one. We'll see.
I have one in my opinion, and 2 that I did look up, and it is dropping. First is Call of Duty. Now, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 2, and Modern Warfare 3. Like, I think that was like the high, and then everything since then it's just milking the cow at this point. Like, I don't know how they still have hundreds of thousands of players. I did see on Steam that their player base has dropped significantly since October last year. I think it said already closed the tab. But another one is it's actually Overwatch. Now, I know still a lot of people play that game. The average right now is about 1.5 I think it said million people playing, or 150,000. I don't know, but it's dropped. Yeah, it's 100. Sorry, it's 1.5 million people are playing it on average this month. And back in January, it was 2 million. So that's 500,000 people. Now, that might seem like, not that much, but that's like a lot of people leaving that game and losing them revenue, and it has just steadily has been kind of creeping down. There was like a month or 2 where it went back up a little bit, but I think Overwatch is a good game, but they've been making some, bad decisions, like getting rid of the PvE section that they promised, and just some characters, people don't agree with them.
Right.
But yeah, those 2 are not in their prime, I think.
Yeah. For sure.
Actually, I do have another one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I would have considered this at some point easily my favorite franchise by far, without a doubt. And I hate to do it because we dog on Xbox quite a bit on this show, but like the writing's on the wall. We all know it. It's Halo.
Yeah.
It's Halo.
Yeah.
It's Halo. And like Halo Infinite, it was good. Like, Jeremy, was it your game of the year when we did it on here?
Yeah. It was the year it came out.
I think it was even 4 or like 5 for me. So that's an excellent game. But to go from Halo 1 and 2, where I put countless, probably 1,000 hours, each on those, it's to go from that, and then even Halo 3, where I really, really enjoyed it, and then 4, 5, and Infinite. It's just, I played that for a good amount, maybe like 30 hours, 40 hours, but that's not what Halo was to me. It was hundreds of hours and playing online nonstop, and this wasn't it. Like, it was fun for those 30 hours, but their refusal to add new maps, new game modes and stuff like that, kind of keep it going. It was criminal almost. I feel like Halo 2 even put out new maps quicker than this, and that was at the infancy of that's when the maps were free back in the day. So Halo definitely has had a slow decline, with Infinite bumping it back up a little bit for sure. But I just don't see a future where Halo is my favorite franchise again. There's just no chance.
Yeah, I see that being hard to accomplish at this point.
It's crazy it's a flagship franchise of gaming.
Right. I would say it was the epitome of FPS.
Yeah. You think of gaming, you think of Halo. Those are some great choices. I just want to drive home what I'm saying about the Total War games. The last time I checked, Total War Pharaoh, which came out, I believe this week that we're recording this week, had peak at maybe like 4,000 or something, whatever players, and it's averaging around 3,500 players. Currently, Total War 2, or not Total War 2, but Rome Total War 2, is averaging more players than Total War Pharaoh. Rome 2 came out 12 years ago. Just to put that into perspective.
Crap.
Right? So I don't know. Yeah. But that's it for my topic. Just curious. Very good selections. Especially good. Yeah, thanks. I mean, Overwatch, that's a great one.
Perfect.
Halo, that's a great one. Yeah.
Yeah, you guys know I always dog on Halo, and I know that was turn of the century, highest rated games, played the most, and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely say that was my favorite franchise. After Halo 1 and Halo 2, I was like, this is
for sure.
The best, my favorite franchise. They have me. And
at one point, for sure, 100%, I'd agree with that. Yeah.
Right. My topic is, so there's so many worlds and universes and characters out there. Is there a character that you like that is in a game franchise that you're not too fond of and would maybe see them being in a different game that you do prefer? Or you just like them and
okay, I'm about
not
to say,
a fan.
That was added. That wasn't originally part of the don't put that on us. Don't ask me to put.
All right, my bad.
Right.
But yeah, who do you like that you don't prefer their games?
I can offer first. It's going to be a doozy.
Really?
It's going to be a doozy.
I like it. Hot take.
So even though I've talked about it before, and it's a quintessential game of my childhood, and it is the poster franchise of this gaming system and its environment, I'm not really huge into Mario. And so
that's fair.
My favorite character within the one of my favorite characters that I would like to see from the Mario universe is Luigi. I feel for him. It's got his brother taking all the shine. He's the one that gets the cool hats and whatever stuff with that. What do they do with Luigi? They put him in a scary mansion. They say, "Hey, figure it out." You know what I'm saying? You got to do more for your boy. You know what I'm saying? Luigi's always been my boy. When it's been in Super Mario Bros, I've always connected with Luigi more. So I pick Luigi. Luigi's my guy.
That's an unexpected franchise.
That's cool. That's cool. Mario is a weird franchise where I don't necessarily like their games all that much either. It's, I don't know, made for a different demographic then. I have two right off the bat. I mentioned them already, Geralt. I do not like the Witcher franchise. I've bought every Witcher. I bought Witcher 1, 2, and 3. Do not like them. I don't know why I keep buying them, but Geralt is a really cool character. A lot of it is because of the Netflix series, because I hadn't played those games long enough to really get to know him. But yeah, Henry Cavill killed it. He was great. So I'm kind of projecting that image onto video game Geralt, which I'm hoping is correct because he's awesome. And from people that do like the game that I've talked to, they love Geralt as well. So really cool character. No problems with him. And then another one. I feel very clever for thinking of this one because this is a very tough topic. Very tough topic. And I've tried this franchise in 2 games now. And I don't like it. I don't play it. I just can't get it. Jeremy, you're smiling like you might know. Do you know it?
I'm not sure.
Because you've been guessing right every single time so far.
Okay.
You're on point.
Do you want me to put another guess out there?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Borderlands?
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Aloy. From the Horizon games. I've tried to play both of them. I do not like them, but
yeah,
I definitely do like her. She kind of has the when it comes to superheroes or animes or TV shows, I really like the do-gooder. I will do whatever it takes to make sure my village is saved, or I'll give up everything I have to make sure this happens. That's how she feels like in the hours that I've played. She really is like, I am dedicated to making everything better. I'll do whatever it takes. And she's cool. Great voice actress. I don't know who voice actress is her, but everything's on point. She's a cool character. So Aloy and Geralt, they should have a baby.
I don't know about that, but hey, those are 2 very good characters, though.
Yeah, unfortunately, Geralt was mine as well, also due to mostly the Netflix, which is why it made me try the first game because it was on COG for free or whatever. But as I mentioned on the last level, just the fighting in that, I don't know if I can really finish that game. But from what I've been hearing and reading is Geralt in the show is kind of close to the gaming franchise because Henry loved the games and wanted to replicate that as much as possible, and that's why he's not in the newest season that's going to be coming out. He was replaced because the writers wanted to write their own stuff. But my other one, surprisingly, you technically guessed right, is Borderlands. I love Tiny Tina.
Yeah.
I bought Borderlands 2, the Game of the Year edition or Gold edition, whatever it was. So I had everything, and I played it with my friend at the time. We put 20, 30 hours into that game, and I loved Tiny Tina, but I just couldn't get behind that game. And it upset a few of my friends because they've, played that game, beat it multiple times. They're like, it's an amazing game. I'm like, I tried. Love Tiny Tina, but that's it.
Okay.
That's good. Yeah. Understand. She's the host of that Dungeons and Dragons one, right? That me and you played, Jeremy?
Yeah, she had her own game, yeah.
Yeah.
Tiny Tina's Wonderland?
Yeah.
No interest in that, David?
No, I didn't even bother because of, guilty by association, I guess. But I really liked her personality. She's funny.
Yeah. I'm going to get to that eventually. Okay, I am trying.
Me as well.
But I'm trying to get to it. I can offer up another one. Because and the reason I said Borderlands is because my other one was also in Borderlands. That was going to be Handsome Jack. I just think he's like a really obviously like funny, interesting kind of antagonist to have in those games. And so that's someone else that I would bring out of there. Not really caring that much for Borderlands at all, but Handsome Jack, nice little wrinkle. I was at one point, David, I was afraid you were going to say Claptrap. I was afraid. But we left him.
He was annoying a little bit.
Does anyone like him?
Not the same people. I'll tell you what, the same people that like him, the same ones that like Jar Jar Binks. I'll tell you that much. It's the same type of person. Awesome.
It's giving me that hey listen Navi vibes.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's the end of the topics. That means we're on to game time, fellas.
Ooh.
We did not discuss a game before we became shooting.
We forgot that part.
I do have one up for legally guessing, but if someone
else me too.
Oh, you do have one?
For legally guessing, yeah. I mean, you can, what do
you guys want to rock, paper, scissors it out? Who wants to Who wants to offer theirs up?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Shoot.
Yes, on shoot. Just 1 out of 1. Whoever wins.
All right. Rock,
paper,
scissors,
shoot. What is this?
Oh, wow.
It was off screen.
No, he had the.
Oh,
I saw the scissor.
Yours was off screen too. I couldn't see what you did.
Wow. Okay.
I saw it was a scissor.
Okay. All right.
David is bartending this round of legally guessing.
All right. Let me go to its wiki page so I know.
I had mine ready. Oh, my wiki page is right here.
You did? Are you lying to us right now?
No, it's right here.
I swear to God.
Well, you know what? Hey, look. He was look who won the rock paper scissors though. He might not have been prepped for that, but he was ready for war.
He was.
You know what I'm saying? It gives us time to briefly intro legally guessing, which is of course a game where we have 20 questions and one guess to figure out the mystery game that is in someone's mind. Hopefully we can do it in less than those 20 questions and just knock it on out. But sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. Chrome Hounds. Anyway, David, are you ready?
I am ready now. Whenever you guys want to start.
Okay.
Did this game come out in the last 20 years?
Yes.
Okay. Is this game a racing or fighting game?
Yes.
Really?
Okay. That's you know what?
Oh man.
Those are really niche genres.
Know.
Yeah. Okay.
We're just gonna find out which one. Is this game a fighting game?
Technically, yes.
Wait, what do you?
That's
okay. Technically, yes.
Alrighty.
Just to help you guys out.
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay.
Wait a minute. This makes me very nervous, Jeremy, because I once had an argument with someone who said that beat 'em ups. Wait, it was you that said beat 'em ups are fighting games.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and
that's
we're
not
on the
true.
And we're on, for one, we're on the same team, buddy. So you're gonna have to get past that struggle so we can win this.
Oh my god!
All right, you are on the same team as a usurper.
Okay, yeah. All right. It's a fighting game. Let's go.
Okay, but you know what? Great question. Does this game fall within the subgenre of beat 'em ups?
Subgenre?
No.
Oh, it's a fighting game. Is there a lot of exclusive fighters? Is this game exclusive to one console? Not counting PC. So like just one console.
Yes.
Okay. So that narrows it down a lot because it's not like these consoles have like very many exclusive fighters, you know?
Right. What are we thinking of the exclusive fighters here?
I mean, we should narrow down the console, but for Nintendo, we got like Smash Bros. Or if it was on Switch, we got the one with the arms. For Xbox, we got something like Killer Instinct. That might be the only one. PlayStation probably has a lot because they had Street Fighter exclusive. Just Street Fighter 5 though, not 6. They had like probably Guilty Gear, stuff like that is exclusive. So
right.
Is this a PlayStation exclusive?
Yes.
Okay. Does this game have the word street in its title?
Oh boy.
No.
Whoa.
See, this is why you just can't.
This is tough then. What do we
Corey, this is why you can't let him win rock, paper, scissors. Okay. Because he sows chaos. This is chaos now.
We got to find out what console then. Is this exclusive to the PS4?
No.
Could it be 5? Is it 5? What's exclusive on 5? I mean, it could be PS3 as well.
Wait a minute. In this fighting game, do you fight as a single person?
No.
Okay. Because I was going to say, I didn't know if he was throwing Sifu in there.
It's not a fighting game, Jeremy.
Yes, it 100% is a fighting. Sifu isn't a fighting game?
No, it's not a fighting game. Are you kidding me? It has a lot of fighting game elements. It's not a fighting game. Fighting games are not two characters necessarily, but health bars squaring up against each other. It's not
traditional fighting. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So is this exclusive to the PS5?
No.
So it's got to be PS3 then.
It's got to be PS3. All three of you.
Okay.
The Birdman. I mean, you got to ask it. Are you writing? How many guesses do we have? We use 8.
Okay. All
right. So I'm thinking now. Wait. You said, do you fight as a single character? And he said no.
Correct.
Ooh, because I was thinking of like, what was the Smash Bros for PS3?
PlayStation All Stars.
Yeah, but you only fight as a single person, right?
Okay,
only pick one.
Can we whatever that word is, that question? What do you mean by a single character?
So like you're only controlling one person.
Yeah.
Okay, that answer is yes then. Okay. I took one person as in you only play one character.
Gotcha. I mean, I'm thinking PlayStation All Stars then. I mean, it's 100% exclusive. I feel like it came out in like 2006.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I'm not crazy, right? There's no chance something like a Def Jam icon would fit this, right?
Listen, there's no way David would pick.
He's David.
I mean, he did pick.
I did love the Def Jam games.
I don't think
he's David. Okay, I couldn't remember for sure.
I can't think of another exclusive on PlayStation 3 for a fighting game. I just can't think of one. Like, it has to be PlayStation All Stars. So, is this game a mixture of other characters from different franchises coming together to fight each other?
No.
God. All right, Jeremy, we're in trouble.
Here we are. Does this game feature rappers?
No.
That's not any of the Def Jam games.
All right. So we gotta think strategically here. Fighting game on PS3.
PS3 exclusive.
We confirmed it was PS3, right? Like 100%.
It's got to be. Hold on, we didn't confirm that because isn't it like PSP exclusive? And isn't like PSP and all that stuff around that same time too?
Yes. Is it a PS3 exclusive?
No.
What could it be? What could it be?
You tell me. You're the one that was. I after Game Boy, I dropped out of mobile. I got no idea what's going on.
Wait, did I even confirm that it was? We confirmed it was Sony, right?
I feel like we confirmed it was a PlayStation.
Is this a PS Vita exclusive?
No.
Jeremy,
Vita didn't come around until 4 though, right? So it has to be. Is this a PlayStation Portable exclusive?
No.
That's every console.
Hold on now.
It's every console.
Are we missing something? This game came out in the last 20 years. So 2003. PlayStation 2 was technically.
Was it?
The PlayStation 2 was technically getting games, right? How many questions we got left?
That was 14.
I mean, we got to figure out if it's PS2.
Is this game a PlayStation 2 exclusive?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay. Well, at least we landed somewhere.
Wow, what a mistake by us here.
Now we just have to figure out
a late PlayStation 2 fighting exclusive. Wow. I mean, like, this is one of those games. If you know it, you know it. If you're an audience member right now and you know it, you're just like, you idiots! It's this game.
Oh man, I honestly thought this would be easy.
I mean, it probably is.
We probably overplayed the PlayStation 3.
I think we overplayed the fighting aspect. Is this a one-on-one fighter? 1v1.
I believe so.
Okay, I wasn't sure if like maybe like Twisted Metal Black, obviously, like, I don't think you would consider that a fighting game, but he didn't really go all out for fighting. So it's a one-on-one.
I'm 99% sure it's one-on-one.
It's a one-on-one fighter.
This wouldn't. I'm just trying to access my memory of this time. It wouldn't be like, Corey, help me out because you would know. I feel like.
Okay, I'll try.
Like none of like the Dragon Ball Z like Budokai games fall into this, do they?
You know what? We'll find out right here. Is this game based on an IP?
Yes.
I think Dragon Ball Budokai does fit in. Those were exclusive? Man.
They might have been. You got to remember, PlayStation was killing it with the 2. Just killing it.
Yeah, man, really. I would expect them to at least come to GameCube, but is this based off the Dragon Ball Z franchise?
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Jeremy,
Nah, but here's the thing though, right? And this is where you never should have let them win rock, paper, scissors. I don't know which one it is. Because
how many questions do we have left?
Right?
That was 18. So
we have 2 more questions.
We have 2 more questions left, I guess.
All right. Ooh, this is tough. Are you positive that it's the Budokai franchise?
I'm not positive of anything.
Because like there was Budokai Tenkaichi.
This is what I'm. You can't. You got ones you're adding numbers and names to, right? We gotta.
We'll assume that it's Budokai, even though man, it feels like it should have been on something else. It feels like it should have easily been on GameCube, like for sure. But it probably isn't the first, right? Because there was like 3 Budokais.
There were multiple. Yeah.
I think there was 3. So like we're talking about the last 20 years. So we're talking about at least 03 and the PS3 came out in 06.
Mm-hmm.
So we're looking at the last 3 years of the PS2. I mean,
you don't think you could rock 3 Budokais out in 3 years, could you? But I don't know that the turnover.
Back then you could.
Yeah.
So we don't have enough questions to ask if it's part of the Budokai franchise. We just got to kind of work our way around which number it is and hope that it's Budokai. Because it's no other thing. Like there's no other DBZ games around that time, right?
None of them pop to mind immediately.
Like there definitely wasn't like any adventure games.
I feel like there might have been one before the Budokai series, but maybe we should. I mean, do we just ask? Is it part of the Budokai series, and then just
no? We don't have that luxury.
We got 2 questions, right?
Right, but if we ask if it's part of the Budokai franchise, then we only have 1 to be able to figure out which one of the 3 it is. Well, technically 2 with our guess.
Well, yeah, you have 2 more questions and then a guess.
Right. So we can, if it's Budokai, we can definitely win right here.
Mm-hmm.
Is this the first or second game in a series?
No.
So we have 1 more question?
Yes.
All right, so now we can ask if it's part of the Budokai franchise. Is this part of the Budokai, Dragon Ball Z Budokai franchise?
Yes.
Jeremy, you can take it. You figured out the DBZ aspect.
Wait, hold on, just so I'm clear. You asked if it was the first or second
in a series, yes.
So that would have to mean that it would be Dragon Ball Budokai 3, correct?
Unless they made a 4, but I think 3 was the last one, yes.
Okay. And this is
our guess. This is our guess, yes. No more questions.
Is the game Dragon... Okay, hold on. So please understand whether it says Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z, I'm referring to the same game. Is this Dragon Ball Budokai 3?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Jeremy, you won
that went so far left. I was like, what's going on?
You know what? We came back around. We got it.
They're making Budokai 4, right?
Are they?
Yes, they 100% are.
After this, they are.
So
I didn't know it was exclusive either, because I believe I played Budokai Tenkaichi 3 on the Wii.
Yeah, Tenkaichi's a totally different, like, that was one where, like, the camera was behind the fighter.
Mm-hmm.
And that one was excellent. That one was like you picked 3 fighters and you would do like not 3 versus 3, but 1 versus 1. And then once the guy got knocked out, then someone would come up. Budokai is a really cool franchise. I remember that was like one of the first DBZ games I played, and I thought it was excellent.
Yeah.
A little complaint: Dragon Ball Z Budokai 1 had like the cutscenes like full cutscenes of like the battles and stuff was amazing, and it was in that kind of like cell shaded style. And then 3 like took that out, and it wasn't as good. But excited for Budokai 4.
Yeah,
even after
even after Kakarot.
I don't know if I'll buy it because Fighters was so good. Dragon Ball Fighters. I don't know if I can go back to like kind of like a mid tier Dragon Ball Z fighting game.
Yeah,
we'll see. We'll see.
Oh man, that was fun.
Well, yeah,
that was fun.
That was a comeback.
That was a good pick. That felt like
that was
perfect medium pick.
That was a good pick.
Yeah, you guys. The second question, you guys had the perfect genre. Second. I'm like, crap.
Yep. Yeah, Jeremy won that. Yeah. That was good. Second question was beautiful, and then getting it down to DBZ, beautiful.
Oh man, brain hurts. Well, that brings us to towards the end of this level, which of course is final thoughts, where we can make a final thought about something that can be related or unrelated to this podcast episode. So, who would like to give their final thought first?
I will do flustered. Okay, go ahead.
My final thought is, I mentioned it earlier in the level, Total War Pharaoh. Thoroughly disappointed with how it looks so far with like all the stuff that's coming up. Egypt is one of my favorite cultures. Ancient history is one of my favorite periods of time to examine, and the fact that like it captures all of those things, but a lot of the other aspects it doesn't, especially the battle aspect. We all love the battles. The fact that they're so unbalanced and it doesn't work like some of the other games is just unfortunate. I wish that I was into the Total War franchise so I could play the Total Warhammer series, which is like, I wish I was into the Total Warhammer 40K Total Warhammer franchise, because all those games seem like they're really, really good. But I don't know. I'll try. I downloaded Total Warhammer 3 when it came out, and I was going to play it, and other stuff came up, like it always does. Other games come out. But unfortunate, but I don't know. Maybe I'll give it a try. But also, Corey pointed out, City Skylines 2 comes out in like 4 days, so who knows? But that is my final thought.
All right. Yeah, I'll go next. You guys know I love playing board games, so I just want to talk about a new kind of like trading card games. We all used to play when we were younger, right?
Yeah.
And I've kind of gotten a kick of just buying like starter decks, not really getting into the trading part of it where I'm buying like booster packs, but just buying starter decks and kind of like playing with my wife and seeing how they are. So know that Disney came out with one, Disney Lorcano.
Really?
Yeah. I thought it was okay. It wasn't great. So after I got that, I'm like, I want another one. So I actually got the One Piece trading card game, which I watched the One Piece live action, thought that was really good. Pretty good. Like an 8 out of 10 sort of thing. And I'm like, all right, cool. I'm a One Piece fan now. Let me buy this card game. And that one was a lot of fun. That was a really good card game. So
okay.
Don't know what's next. Before these two, I got kind of back into Pokemon a little bit and played those. I like Pokemon. That was a fun card game to play. So we'll see what's next. There's one called Flesh and Blood that sounds real interesting. So maybe you'll hear about that.
The Bleach trading card game was pretty fun.
There's a Bleach one.
Yeah, but this was years ago. I'm like right after high school.
Oh wow! Okay.
I still have my decks and stuff for it. But
are they worth it? Are they worth anything?
I don't think so. I've actually never looked into it.
Bleach just came back, so maybe.
Well, yeah, that's true.
It was fun.
There's a lot of them. Like I know
so many.
DBZ is like very, very popular. My Hero Academia has a card game.
Screw that series, okay? I'm so mad at Dragon Ball Super trading card game because I was so into Dragon Ball Z Panini version of the card game, and I was going to like tournaments. I went to a tournament in freaking Kansas for that game. Okay, I bought a box of boxes in set 2. Okay, that is like 150 packs. I don't even more than that. There was like 24 packs in a box, and it was 12 boxes. Whatever that adds up to. I spent like $800 on that, and it was the worst set of all of them, but it was still really fun. I loved it. It was such an amazing card game, and they canceled it because they wanted to bring Super into the play. So I said, screw that. I'm not supporting this.
Recently?
This was recent, as it like couple of years ago recent, probably like 4 or 5. Because I was playing.
You were doing this 4 years ago? You were traveling to Kansas to play in the Dragon Ball Z card game tournament?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I went to Chicago.
What?
Really?
Yeah, I actually just forgot. I just remembered that. I forgot I even went to Chicago for that. Yeah, it was really fun. We actually had a not a world tournament that they called them with the ones that I went to, but we had a like $1,000 tournament here at Eternal at 11
Really?
Vancouver. Yeah,
I love
and that was
Eternal
actually
games.
that was the last thing I did with that game, and then they started coming out with Super.
Wow.
It was such a fun game.
Wow. Okay, that's awesome.
I traded a triple star Charizard that is now worth $1,200 for cards that aren't worth anything anymore.
So sorry.
Okay, it was only worth $100 when I traded it, so it was a fair trade. But that guy made bank.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, so my final thought is, screw Dragon Ball Super, the card game.
It's crazy. I never knew this. This is wow.
Yeah, they got the saying where you lose some, and then sometimes you lose some more.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
saying. The ultra rares only came in holographic, and in the first series they misprinted some, so I had a non-holographic ultra rare card.
Wow,
that was a lot. I don't even remember how much I spent on that.
If you want to buy a One Piece deck, David, I'll play you.
I'm good. I have a problem with trading card games.
You get addicted.
I have a huge problem.
Okay, well, hey, fair enough.
That's why I don't play anymore.
Yeah, we can tell. I mean, geez.
There you go.
$800, $1,000.
Maybe we need some kind of like a web series based on these like these David trading card game escapades that are going on here, man.
David, if you want to do a side podcast on trading card games, I'm ready to give up my whole life for them.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is I would too. That's
well. Listen, here's what they say. All right, when it comes to trading card games, they say don't buy the boosters, just buy individual cards. You save so much more money.
Yeah, but
it's not as fun.
Those cards are not as expensive.
But they're expensive because they're so hard to get. So you have to buy so many packs to even have a shot. You know, so you always.
I have a problem with opening packs and collecting them, and
it's so much fun to open a pack. Like when I
buy volume,
I said I'm not going to buy booster packs, but then the next day I bought 2 just so I can have the feeling, you know, like maybe I'll get something for my deck.
Actually, I have an unopened box of Prophecy for MTG.
You've been trying to sell it a little bit.
Yeah, $800. Someone wants it. That's what it's worth. That's what I'm willing to trade it for.
Are we allowed to kind of like sell our stuff on here, shill for our own profit?
I guess.
On this
I don't know.
Podcast,
hey,
Jeremy,
I'll give you guys 5%.
Here's what I'll say. Those last like 5-6 words, all of it sounds illegal. I'll give you 5%.
Here's what I'm doing.
Are we allowed to shill? All of it sounds illegal. I don't know.
Listen, David, I will buy it off you as soon as I know it's going to skyrocket in price.
Oh no, it already did that. It already dropped in price. It was worth $2,000 at one point.
Oh,
now it's only worth $800. What?
What'd you buy it for?
$175.
Oh, great! That's awesome. If you can sell it, man, that's cool.
Nobody yet.
Check out David's Facebook Marketplace.
Maybe
it's not on there anymore. I did try, but nobody. Everyone's trying to lowball me.
Did you go to Eternal Games? Maybe.
Yeah, they said that older cards aren't selling that well right now. Okay. When I emailed them.
Okay.
The saga on that continues. That will be.
I'm so interested. Interested.
That brings us to the end of level 84 of the Thoughts and Players podcast. If you like what you heard, please sub to the podcast on your preferred podcast service. We're also on the socials of Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and we're also on YouTube, where we post video versions of the podcast. Also, if you want to support the show, 2 ways. One, you can check out the merch store. We got shirts, we got hats, we got cups. You can get everything from the logo to David's adorable trading card addicted face to Corey's utterance of the greatest phrase in human history, as well as other things. Or you can check out the Patreon where we have 3 tiers, $2, $5, $7 tier. A bunch of different goodies are offered there. Reviews, exclusive episodes. We're going to be having our top 50 games of all time.
One year. Someday,
soon. But until then, the Kena Bridge of Spirits review is up and available to patrons on there. If you want to check it out there before it goes live on YouTube. But we'll have a bunch of other goodies there as well. But that's it for me, fellas. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Goodbye.
Peace.
All right, then we will catch you on the next level.